This is that one.
Hey guys, welcome to Alien Airsoft TV. This is our first video ever and we plan to get into some gameplay videos. But we wanted to start off the channel with making a video about all the guns we're going to be using, since this channel is primarily dedicated to gameplay with some really nice custom builds. We feel custom builds would give our own little touch in terms of uniqueness to the gameplay. And whereas videos with guns that are usually not custom, whether it's like stock or Umbrella Armory or even a Novrich SSG-24, they are custom, the Novrich SSG-24 and Umbrella Armory, but they can already be bought as is, and we'd feel it'd be cool to showcase some guns that are all completely custom built, that you can't just buy one and then have the same thing that we have. So that was a big emphasis of our channel, was to try to make more videos of guns, or make more videos of gameplay that use guns that are completely custom. So without further ado, why don't we get into some of the guns that we're going to be using in some of our channels. And I'm going to be going all of our guns, not just my personal guns, but also my two brothers' guns, because they will be playing as well. And it'll be very more than likely you'll see some of their guns in the video, so I might as well tell you about them. So without further ado, let's get into what my dad uses as his primary gun. So this is his primary. This is you guys probably recognize this. This is one of the most popular sniper rifles on the market. Out of all of our guns, I would say this one's actually the least custom, as just about almost everything is stock except for the bucking, which has been flat hopped, and it gets much better results with the BBs he uses out of this. And actually, to show you the BBs he uses, these are some of the Mad Bull 0.4 gram BBs. They seem to do pretty well out of this gun. And this gun these are great for not just beginner snipers, but also they're just a great platform that you can upgrade over time. They're pretty compatible with a lot of VSR 10 parts. Not everything, but most of the parts I was certain were. There was someone who sent me a list of what works and what doesn't, and there was a lot of parts that carried over, which is a good thing, because the VSR is like the M4 of snipers, or spring snipers. And then this scopes don't come with the gun, but he got this scope. This looks to be like some cheap Amazon scope, but I mean it's Airsoft, it does the job well. And what's also nice about this gun is it comes with two sling points that are, I wish they'd be a little better. They're plastic, but that's just the result of the $80 model, because the model that's like, I think it's the next model is like $180, but it's just better externals. But in terms of performance, I think they're about the same. But this does really, really well. It's extremely lightweight, and also, you want to see how the mag comes out? It's just right there, and I believe these hold like 30 each. Which for sniping is good. That's plenty. That's how most snipers run anyway. Spring snipers run anyway. Is a few mags, but they don't shoot as much as some of an M4 or an AEG. So that's how that works. And then it's got a little Picatinny rail here, which is actually a really nice addition because a lot of them don't have this. But that's really nice if you want to put something like a bipod, or just maybe even something to grip it with if you're really that particular. But yeah, this is it's a pretty solid sniper, and it's only $80, which is really, really nice. So if you guys want to get into something for sniping, I highly recommend this gun. All right, so that was it for my dad's gun. Now we're gonna get on to my first brother's gun. He only has one gun as well, as he lives away for school, so he doesn't play as much as we do. But he does have a pretty nice gun. Without further ado, we'll get into it. So this is his primary AEG, and only AEG. This is the ASG CZ Bren. This model, actually, we're very certain it was one of the prototype models, because he bought it right around when it came out. And we say it was one of the prototype models because, unfortunately, it had issues right out of the box. But they were fixed, and the gun works fine. But as you can see, this gun, what's cool about this gun, he wanted something that could use M4 mags and doesn't look like an M4. So I got an M4 mid-cap with me right now. You can see that's the kind of mag that works with this gun. And I do think it's a really cool gun. It's quite heavy. I mean, it does have solid externals, but it is quite heavy, very front heavy, especially with the suppressor that goes on it. The suppressor adds actually a lot of weight. but it's specifically for the Brent. I'll get started with the stock. So what's cool with the stock, actually, this is an M4 stock that the original stock broke. The original stock is a swiveling stock, and it's not the greatest design because it's brittle plastic hinges on a full metal receiver, which is not really that great of a design. So the person that we have do tech work on our guns managed to make this substitute where he modified it to fit an M4 buffer tube and crane stock on there, or any stock, any M4 stock of your choice that'll go on a metal buffer tube. And what's nice about that, as well as battery space in this gun, was pretty bad. It was really, really tight. But with this, it makes it a lot easier. And there's been a notch cut out here, as he will most likely be running a battery bag or battery pouch or mag pouch or something to hold the battery externally. Which is nice because these guns internally come with a higher torque motor. And from our experience, higher torque motor, well, and just in general, in everyone's experience, most people that use higher torque motors use some sort of larger, higher discharge 11-1 LiPo. They like that kind of high power going to them, and it makes for a really efficient and snappy gun if you pair that combination. But it's got one of these, in terms of the optic on here, this is just an AIM Sport, kind of looks like an ACOG sight, which is kind of a, seems to be like a knockoff, but they're nice. They go red, blue, and green, and then it also has, or seems to be missing, there's a red post that would go up here for just standard iron sights, but you can still use this little notch, and then there's, in the back here, there's where you would normally look down as standard iron sights if you don't want to use the scope. But yeah, it illuminates, and it's pretty nice. It's solid. It's a really solid optic. And then it has the standard flip-up sights that came with the gun. These haven't been messed with since we got it. And what's kind of cool too about this gun is also it comes with ambi sling mounts on the back and the front. And they're already built in. There's really no way to take it off unless you take this whole thing apart. But that's actually pretty cool because not even a lot of M4s come with that. And then there's a lot of rail space on these guns too, for just about any attachment you can think of. And then it's got a fake charging handle. And then what's also nice, it's also got an ambi mag release. So you can see on this side for a righty shooter, and then for a lefty shooter, it's right here. Which is really, really nice. And it also has, I forgot to mention, an ambi fire selector. Looks the same on both sides. So you got semi, then you got full auto. And then the same on the other side. Kind of looks like the Scorpion Evo, except without 3-round burst. Okay, so that was my brother's primary gun, so I'm gonna get into my other brother who's been playing with me several times. I'm gonna get into his gun. So this is his first gun choice. I'm not saying this is primary, but it was for a while. This is a custom built Mark 12 SPR. It's pretty custom. It's got a Pro-In hop up, flat hop Prometheus purple bucking, R-hopped 602 barrel ZCI, and lapped by Dan Blomqvist. He's an awesome tech who does some really good tech work, and he's known for the R-hops as well. Internally, this also has a Lonix high torque motor. It has a G&G gearbox shell. It has an SHS metal rack piston. I believe not Swiss cheesed. It's got a gate SSR MOSFET, just the basic one. It runs a pouch here on the side as well for battery space. It features a, I'm not really sure what kind of cylinder that is, but it may be the stock G&G one. But I know that's how they kind of look on their guns. The spring is also unknown, but the FPS this puts out, I'm gonna guess it's like an M120 or M125 spring. This gets around 420, 425 FPS with .2s. And yeah, it shoots really, really nice. It's very accurate, probably gets a good 250 to 300 feet of range without a problem. And the BBs we normally run through this are .3 or .32 BBs, so they seem to work really, really well. Externally, this has got some metal quad rails here. I also forgot to mention this gun is for sale on Hop-Up. We're asking about $300 for it. And all right, so this is my brother's next gun. This is his Mark 18 Mod Zero build. Externally, it features a EOTech and a nice angled foregrip here. Fun fact, this is actually one of the first generation of Classic Army metal bodies. The base gun is a Classic Army. Internally, this has been fully upgraded by the guy we usually get our tech work from. So it features, we'll start off the motor. It's an ASG 30K boost motor. It has a gate tighten MOSFET. It has a SHS Swiss cheese piston, I believe. The gears are stock, and I'm pretty sure the other, it's got a palm piston head. I'm not sure which brand, but I'm pretty sure the other compression parts are stock as well. But this gun was definitely built for more CQB oriented. Puts about around 27, 28 RPS, which is perfect. That's what my brother wanted. Doesn't choose your ammo that fast, but it's still a good rate of fire. It's not slow. And it's got a very, very short trigger pull, as I'll show you right now. And you can spam it. And full auto. So it's got a nice rate of fire and very, very snappy trigger response. When you pair a nice 30K motor and a gate tighten, that's the kind of results you get with a build like this. Okay, so this is my brother's next gun and also his personal favorite. We're not 100% sure of the brand, but it's a beta project lookalike AK. Really, really solid gun. Let's start with the externals real fast. We got some rubber rail covers here on the side, just some basic rubber rail covers, and also a T1 repro. Pretty nice, very, very comfortable to hold. But yeah, that's basically it for externals. This thing is really pimped out internally. First, it's got a SHS 22 TPA high torque motor. Really, really snappy and good trigger response and rate of fire. It's got some SHS 13-to-1 gears. Really good combo to go with. It also features a Mark III BTC Chimera for the version 3 gearbox. I really, really like those. This is the only build out of all of our guns that has a BTC MOSFET. And I really, really like those because they're Bluetooth. The new ones are Bluetooth. And they work really, really well. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I'll show you how it shoots.
So the barrel and bucking.
Oh, and the barrel and bucking. So it features, it's got a stock barrel, but it features a flat hop G&G green bucking. And I'll show you guys the trigger response of this. Full auto. Really, really snappy gun. Feels great to shoot. And yeah, it's a really good gun overall. So that was it for my brother's upgraded guns, and I'm going to show you his last gun, which is technically a work in progress. Not because it's broken, but right now it's stock. But there's going to be a bunch of nice parts going into it. But we'll do an update on that later. But we'll show you what it is now. So this is his newly acquired gun. This is a VFC 416. I really like VFC externals. Really, really solid. Again, not much externally going on in terms of attachments. Got a nice angled foregrip here and a T1 repro again. But they are very, very solid guns. It's got the stock hop-up rotary unit, which is nice. I like that about VFC guns because rotary hop-up units are they tend to be much better than the pinwheel ones. But yeah, there's not much going on in here internally, but we will definitely do an update video on that. There's going to be some monster upgrades in here, like another gate tighten build. This is going to be nice ZCI high torque motor and some more low ratio gears, I believe. And probably change out a few of the compression parts to be like a palm piston head, that sort of good stuff. But yeah, we will keep you guys updated on that. And this is going to be a monster pretty soon.